subject for this sermon will be, how desperate are you? How desperate are you to serve Jesus? How desperate are you to go to college? How desperate are you to meet Jesus? Okay, so let's break it down. The meaning of desperate is when you really want something and you are willing to do anything to get what you want. So this meaning can go two different ways, good or bad. Okay, so when you're desperate in a bad way, you are willing to be in a bad crowd, you are willing to be disrespectful, you are willing to not be loving, you are willing to do whatever it takes just to be in the in crowd. Okay, now girls, using that same desperation in a bad way can be used to get that boyfriend you like, or to
It's okay.
or to give something to that boy that he is not worthy of. Okay, boys, the same rules can be applied, but you may be willing to steal, you may be willing to be a bully, to show to your friends that, okay, I can do this, I can be not what God wants me to be, but I can show you who I am, but that's not really who you are. Okay, now, boy or girl, y'all can be seeking for the wrong attention. Y'all can be seeking for the wrong attention in the wrong places. So all attention is not good attention. So to us young people, we have to seek attention in a good way. We cannot go out in the crowd and be seeking for bad attention, because that will not only inflect our character, but it will look wrong for the people who knew us before, but they're despising our character. Okay? Okay. Now, when you're desperate in a good way, it can sometimes be hard. Now, using that same energy, us young women and young men can use that same desperation to reflect grace.
All right.
Okay, for those of you who don't know what grace, or what is grace, or what it looks like, is you. Look in the mirror, you reflect grace. You are grace.
Come on now.
Now, so grace is an undeserving favor from God that is poured out to his people, young people and children that we do not deserve. We are undeserving of grace. We are undeserving of God's favor being poured out onto us. We are undeserving to be together. We are undeserving of that love that God gives us, but yet instead, he gives it to us anyways. Okay, now, when you're desperate in a good way, it can sometimes be hard. You may be outcasted by that friend group you had. Sometimes when you are desperate, you might have to question God. Is this the right decision for me? Is this the right decision that I'm making? Is this decision going to help me succeed in life? Is this decision going to help me get into college? Is this decision going to help me be in life? Help me to grow up to be the young men or young women that I desire to be? Okay. Now, those same questions can be used to those friend groups that you hang around that are not good friends. Us young people, we have to surround ourselves with good people. We have to surround ourselves with people who are going to lift us up and not put us down. So, now, those same questions that you ask God, you need to ask yourself too. Ask yourself, is this going to be willing for me? Am I going to be willing to put me first instead of other people and what other people want? Ask yourself those questions, okay? Okay, now we're going back to the Bible. So the woman, she was in a large crowd and she was desperate to meet Jesus. She was desperate to find him. She was determined. She had her mind set up that she wanted to be healed because she was tired of suffering for 12 years. She was tired of bleeding for 12 years. So when she Jesus came in the crowd, she wanted to say, okay, now I gotta be determined. My faith is too strong. My faith is too strong. I have been through this more than enough. Okay, Okay, so she was desperate to find Jesus and seek the healing that she needed. Jesus' healing power was so strong that the only thing the woman had to do was touch the bottom of her clothes. And immediately she was healed. Now look at your neighbor and say, be healed. Be healed. Okay. Now, with that same desperation, us young people have a friend group that we hang around, that we can be peer pressured into doing things that are not godly. We can be peer pressured into, let's just be real here, smoking weed. We can be going together for okay. Now we can be peer pressured. We can be peer pressured into things like drinking. We can be peer pressured into things that are not godly. Right. But when you have your mind made up, that you are determined and that you are determined to serve God no matter what the future may bring, nothing nobody says, nothing nobody does, nothing nobody has done can stand in your way of that. Okay. Sometimes you have to tell yourself, okay, what is my goal? What am I looking for at the end of the road? What is going to be my light at the end of the tunnel? So, sometimes you have to tell yourself, I'm determined to be successful. I'm determined to graduate. I'm determined to live right. Now, remember, us young people, we have to surround ourselves with good people. That's number one. Number one, we have to find a space that is loving for us and that is true for us. Okay, so remember, us young people, we need to, how can I put this? Okay, remember, us young people, we have to, like I said, surround ourselves with good people. We have to do stuff that is godly. Although sometimes we may be peer pressured into doing it, you have to think to yourself, is this the right decision for me? Is this going to help me at the end of the road? Okay. Now, so yes, just remember to be desperate for God, and with God, everything is possible. So, I am determined to be the best I can be. I'm determined to live right. I am determined to be blessed. I'm determined to serve God in a mighty way. Okay. Now, that's all I have, and stay blessed.